next time. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. There we go. Let's load up Ragnamod. Tortor, thank you for the 3 months of subbage. And note Kotho, 300 bits. Currently, my friend and I are trying to naturally get a raid to spawn in the deep dark and fight the warden. Which side do you think would win? Warden. Actually, although I don't know, with enough Ravagers, no, still the warden probably. Yeah, still the warden. I think the warden wins. Let me see. We are loading up that. The only problem I foresee is it would be pretty hard to make it so more wardens wouldn't spawn, because like you would have all these other mobs setting off the shriekers, right? And so like a bunch more wardens would start to spawn because of all the raid mobs. And so then you'd have more than just one warden. And I don't know how you would like only... Oh, wait, only the player can spawn wardens? Oh, okay. Then never mind. Forget what I just said. Yeah. But also what I will say is if it gets to a point where the raid villagers are not interacting with the warden and neither are you, then the warden will despawn. So you run into that potential problem of how you get the warden to not despawn. Or go back underground, I should say. So ye. Oh, name tag it. Yeah, true. True. Give it a beautiful name. I'm going to go get some more water. Excuse me. All right. Bloodless 17 months. 17 is 10 plus 7, I guess. That is true. Misa May with 11 months. Love all your content. Happy I was able to catch a stream. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Bow-legged man. Thank you for the sub with Prime. That's so topical given what we were just talking about with the redistribution of Jeff Bezos's wealth and stuff. Pretty cool. All right, let's hop on the server. Alexa, set downstairs to 74.
The AC is set to 74.
I have it set to 73, and it's just blasting right now for whatever reason. Like I swear, it's in the 60s in here. Okay, it's absolutely going insane. Sometimes I don't know why. It's based on like the time of day, the position of where the thermostat actually is that reads the temperature and stuff, and it just like. It'll be it's like earlier on in the morning. Usually it'll get really hot in here if I have the door closed. Later on, it'll just like blast the AC nonstop until it's like 60 degrees in here, even though outside it's like, oh, it's still not 73 yet. So it's just ridiculous, dude. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. I set off your Alex A. I'm sorry that I did that, dude. I'm very sorry that I did that. Yeah, I'm just trying to save energy. Exactly. That's why my top floor AC is set to 85 degrees, because it's primarily just so that it doesn't like activate very often, because I don't have to work on the top floor. So it means that I don't need it to be a hospitable number. So I just set it to 85 so that when it starts to get really, really hot, then it will kick on so it doesn't, like, you know, get too hot up there, you know? But also in the summer, there are days, like in August, September, when it usually gets the hottest, there are some days where it simply cannot keep up with how hot it is outside. And on those days, I just set it to like 90 because I've kind of given up at that point. So, yeah. This is great. This is great. I love every moment of this. Yes. Man, look at this. Look at what I did. Guys, look at what I did. Isn't this just so amazing? This is just so cool. Zenderton, thank you for the 200 bits. Make sure you check out the dupe I mentioned. To my knowledge, it just gives the tool with a highly reduced durability, but indestructible kind of makes it just a dupe. I see. But the duplication it sounds a little cheeser-cinny. It sounds like a little too cheeser-cinny. I don't know, dude. I don't know about duping. But I know a lot of people are like, Mahou Sukai, Mahou Sukai, Mahou Sukai, Mahou Sukai, Mahou Sukai, Mahou Sukai. I know. You want to see the freaking 10 million damage sword or whatever. I see it. I'll see what I can do. Didn't you dupe the Elytras? Yeah, but that's like I don't know if the dupe thing is like by design or if it's actually a glitch. The Elytra thing is by design. It's not a glitch. I'll look at the Mahou Sukai. I'll do it. I swear, okay? It is by design. I see. Got it, dude. Sometimes you forget the temperatures that I speak of are in Fahrenheit and you get concerned. You know, okay, question for you. Why is it that the UK uses miles and inches and feet, but also uses Celsius? How did that happen? Like, usually it's like, I don't know, you would think that it would be both Fahrenheit and imperial, but it's just, it's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I know, I get it. Celsius it's a more logical system of temperature, but at the same time, you would think, well, then also you'd go to kilometers and meters as the standard form of measurement instead of miles and feet and stuff like that. But imperial is like, that started with England The imperial system is like that's the English system of measurement. That's the very definition. But yeah, anyway. Let's see. Tip 11,200 bits. Ethics didn't stop you from duping in Prozone 3. Is the UK actually officially on metric? But because the switch was made like recently in terms of the country history, that there's still a lot of imperial units used? Huh. You use centimeters, meters, and miles. What? Why do you do that? You use centimeters and meters, but then you're like, you know what? Miles. Huh? What? What? That's okay. Huh. Imperial measures are still in miles, especially for road distances when measured in miles. Imperial pints and gallons are 20% larger than U.S. measures. What? Huh? That's so confusing. No, I get it. It's not cheap to replace the signs. That does make sense. Just hopping into Discord. Let's see. Villain behind glasses with 14 months of subbage. Pretty swick. Hey, look. Centimeters, meters, Celsius. It's very logical. Yeah, base 10. It's nice rather than base powers of 2, inches, 12s, 36s, 3s, 5,280s, 32s, 212s. Yeah, no, it's, yeah, yeah. I don't understand why we've got to do like, this is 2 inches and 13/32 of an inch. Why can't we just say it's like 2.2 inches or something like that? Why did we have to do powers of 2? The powers of 2 is also just so stupid. Why did you have to also subdivide the inch into stupid? It doesn't make sense. Like, you couldn't have just stopped at the 12 inches to a foot and 3 feet to a yard, yada yada, and you had to go to the powers of 2 to subdivide the inch. Like, why couldn't you just use regular decimals? That was just a dumb one right there. That was a really silly one, man. Thermic Waffle, 200 bits. I did not miss your bits from earlier. I did read the message. We had a whole discussion about it. You know what's great? At least we all agreed on time. Can you imagine if it was different units of time when you went to different places in the world? I don't know how we managed to convince each other that time could all be consistent between all the places, but at least we settled on that. What process went into making sure time was consistent between all different places? How did we manage to all come into agreement? Like, humans are so good at disagreeing on everything and starting wars with each other, and yet we managed to find a way to agree on time, dude. Man. Okay, 12 hour, 24 hour. That's great. That's not a big deal. The message is understood. That's not a disagreement on time. Look, I realize that there exist different calendars. I am aware of that, but for all intents and purposes, when it comes to trains, planes, automobiles, science, we've all agreed on one particular calendar system and units of time, and that is it's a very unusual thing for people to have settled on. Gyrotap, thank you for the 200 bits. What mode do you want to see the Warden integrated into in the future? Like Tinker's using the horn for a sonic blast on a sword, or AE using the heart for channel stuff, or anything like that? Oh, you meant what mod, not what mode. I mean, I don't know. Sonic Blast could be a cool weapon thing. There's not technically like a Warden Heart, but I guess you could make a Warden Heart drop something in a mod. And I don't know what I'd put it in. I have no idea. I am not the mod developer. I am not entirely sure. And even if there are different cultures that actually go by a different year, it still doesn't affect things so much. Like, say someone was like, yeah, we're in the year 5000 right now. Okay, that's fine, but we're still agreeing, like, we're, as far as a day being what it is, which is easy to come to because time that the Earth takes to spin around. Year, fairly easy to come to because time takes to go around the sun, sure, but the fact that everybody agreed on that's still kind of impressive. But then it's more that the seconds, minutes, 24 hours, that subdivision, the fact that everyone agreed on the subdivisions, which could be arbitrary, that's what's more impressive, you know? That's what's more impressive. So, yeah. Because, like, yeah, you could have. I'm sure that there is a viable way to have been like, you know, we're gonna make it so there's 10 hours in a day and there's 100 minutes in an hour, and that's the way that it's gonna be. And you could have just set the and then there's going to be like 100 seconds in a minute, and you would have just adjusted how long a second is, because it's like an arbitrary amount of time, how long a minute is based on seconds, how long the hour is based on, and you could have adjusted all that, and that could have ended up being the way that the world worked. And, you know, you're saying, ooh, that would be weird, but if that was the way that it was, it wouldn't be weird, and the 60-minute and second system that we have would seem weird to you. So, yeah. I don't know. Let's see. We got, god dang it. Zenderton, 2 months of subbage. Use the scroll of projection on a drop tool and it makes an exact copy with 5 durability. Oh boy. Oh my god. Sneak Up with 8 months of subbage. Turns out that probably wasn't meant to be used with a way to be able to remove enchantments from items. Yep. That's, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh god, I have to slay many villagers to make that happen. This is very sad. But anyway, I mean, you certainly, I think if it went 100 seconds to a minute, 100 minutes to an hour, and 10 hours in a day or something like that, that could have been the way it was done. There's a way to do that, make it work, but, you know, it's just not where it is. And I'm just happy that we all were able to agree on something, because god, can you imagine going to another country and instead of just a different time zone, you have to convert to a whole different time unit in its entirety. And imagine you're like trying to schedule calls with people who live in different countries with different time systems, and you'd be like, okay, so we're gonna schedule this for 10 a.m. my time, but you're also 8 hours ahead of me in time zones, but also your time system is different. So now I have to convert 8 hours ahead into a base 10 system where it's actually going to be like 782 for you. 10 a.m. my time is like 782 for you. Okay, got it. And that would just, that would not be fun. You know? There'd be a whole bunch of apps to auto-convert time for scheduling and stuff like that. But before you had Google to do the auto conversion, that would have been no fun trying to schedule your phone calls with people back, 40 years ago before you had that easy stuff to make it easy. Underdog, thank you for the sub, much appreciated. You think we're thinking too much about this? No, we can never think too much about things while we're in between stream parts and stuff like that. Never. Snake Hunter, thank you for the 18 months. Much appreciated. Pretty swick. There's military time. I mean, military time is just 24-hour clock, essentially. It's still the same units for seconds, minutes, hours, so on and so forth. This isn't too big brain. It's just the fact that, there are different ways to do things, but we all agreed upon one thing, even though we couldn't necessarily all agree upon measurements for heat and distance and stuff like that. So, I mean, most scientists have agreed on that stuff, but you know. But also, science usually goes by meters per second rather than like kilometers per hour, you know? So, anyway, but I guess you just start getting to like super duper big numbers when it comes to meters per second. If you're driving in a car, you'd be like, but it sounds like too small, you know, because you're covering a lot of distance and you're in a car for a long time. So putting it in a unit per second seems like not really good. But when you're dealing with something really fast, that covers a lot of distance and it's like in a short amount of time, then per second is a good unit for it and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty slick and stuff like, yep. Turning my sound off, tell me when he's done ranting. Hi everybody.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I was listening in our conversation about like time zones and agreements and everything, so I felt like saying good morning was perfectly in tune to that.
Absolutely was. Yeah, I just had some people who were like, okay, I'm leaving now or I'm muting things. So then I decided, okay, you know what? I guess I should undeafen.
You know, I also think it's cool that humans have all agreed on, you know, barring the 24-hour time compared to like AM and PM.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
ever wonder what it
insignificant,
would be like if we didn't have time zones? In a sense of like, because one thing that we've also agreed on is like, you know, 10 a.m., right? Or just 10 o'clock for 24 hour. That's like kind of in between morning and midday, right? Like we have a general idea of like, oh, 8 p.m., that's like the evening. But what if time zones didn't exist? So it was just universal everywhere?
It would be more like
more like
seasons. More like seasons. Like it's December we think of as winter, but actually that's summer in Australia.
Well, could you just imagine that 7 a.m. isn't morning for everybody?
Yeah.
Like that's what I was trying to get at. It was like 7 a.m. could be in the middle of the day or like dead in the middle of night when nobody's awake anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. I know what you mean. That's why I'm equating it to seasons, because seasons work that way. It just so happens there's not that much variation in it. You either are in northern or southern hemisphere, whereas time you have 24 different variations to it, or even more if you're in one of those, like one quarter hour. Did you know there are places with 1 quarter hour and half hour time zones?
Do people live there?
Yes, people live there.
Why?
Why? Yeah, why do you live in India?
Does India do that really?
India has some 15-minute time zones, and also China has only one time zone.
I knew that. I didn't know the 15-minute time zone. That's fascinating.
Indiana has counties that like some counties do observe like daylight savings and some don't, so you can have like per county different changes in different times.
And then you've got Arizona.
Which,
yeah,
I mean,
at least
at least Arizona, like, it's just, it just skips out on the
It's just one time.
Yeah.
Always.
But have you ever, like, if you've ever seen the county map of Indiana, it's insane.
I have
not.
Utah
Utah has 16 counties, I think, something like that. Indiana, I think, has over 100. It is insanity. They have so many counties.
I think
92.
I think
okay,
my
92.
My chat is so upset that this conversation is continued.
Why?
they were. I don't know. They don't want to hear about my ranting. Now it's continuing.
It's your job as a streamer to talk about topics that don't pertain to the content whatsoever. That's your job.
That's what we do.
See, guys, this was interesting to both Zine and Pete as well. It wasn't me being crazy.
I mean, I'm not interested, but I'm joining all the same, like just out of politeness, right?
I'm interested in both of you.
Oh, that's very kind.
I'm still not getting over just the concept of like 5 a.m. being like late afternoon, depending on where you are. Like that seems so, I don't know. I love that.
You're stuck on that one?
That'd be pretty
cool.
I
don't know. It's a cool concept. Like, oh yeah, noon. Oh yeah, we're all going to be asleep during that time anyway, but you can come over, I guess.
But it was just noon. But noon for you just wouldn't be. It would be like, sleepy time.
Yeah.
That's just how it would be.
Let's see, is there anything else that we should be putting on a axe?
What are you? Are you just maxing the heck out of something right now?
No, no. All I was doing was just doing enchants and just seeding more of the library. Like I was just, I wasn't. I honestly don't even know what I got. I was just enchanting, dumping. But now, I think I want Silk Touch. Having Silk Touch on my X was nice.
All right, I'll just do some more enchanting. By the way, should we get rolling?
Unless you want to keep
Sure.
talking about time, then sure, go ahead.
All right.
Time is all important.
Well, guys, as y'all are aware, we are going to be recording for YouTube. So, of course, we're going to turn off notifications or otherwise make adjustments and changes as such. But we will catch up on everything that we miss once we are done as best as we are able. We appreciate you coming out, being a part of it. And with that, I am good to go.
Same here.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Ragnamod, brought to you by our sponsor, MC Pro Hosting. If you go to the links in the description of this stream of the YouTube video, you can get a discount of 25% off your first month of server hosting, and then you can play some Ragnamod yourself with some friends. Spawner next time. Cool.
Perfect.
See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Okay, I keep hearing the Fae jingling around me.
There's lots of Fae jingling.
Yep.
Also, Pete, the depot for the stamp thing, though, mechanical press, like, while not needed, very useful, actually. Like,
Good.
now, I'd never tried it before, and I was like, oh, this is so... Because before it was like, you have to just literally toss the items into the right spot, and then it just kind of stamps it, and you just pick them up when you think it's good. Like, the depot, it's like, click, and you're like, oh, perfect.
Yeah, I learned about the depot when I was trying to find a replacement for, or a substitution for the pedestal, because it wasn't doing what I wanted it to when I was making that artifact area underneath the vulnerable spawn. I was like, oh, depot's actually cool for a lot more reasons than just placing something down on it. So
Pretty handy little thing, but okay. Well, the quarry didn't take long to get all the way down to the bottom, so that's nice. Although I promptly forgot or lost where the hole was, so now I'm
Okay,
just
I got you.
lost down
Don't
the
drain it
depths,
to zero, because then it doesn't
We're on
work.
our way nonetheless.
yeah.
I just confirmed it with the multi-jump and everything, and the haste that I have, you can absolutely just dig straight up.
Wait, really? You can dig
Oh yeah,
while you're in the air?
I just flew right out using my... I mean, I do have, like, haste 3.
Oh, and stable footing lets you do that, right?
I don't... Do I have stable footing? I do, yes. So, and then I should be able to move this to the next tick and then send it back down on its way. Do we have ender chests? We do. Okay. So that'll be the next step in trying to figure out how to, like, I'd assume with integrated dynamics, there's one that we can pull from one chest and put it into the system.
I don't know.
We'll want to figure that out.
Oh,
There-
I
there's
could give
got-
myself more haste from the ability totems, eh?
Yes, you want to stack
Okay.
that up. So that is worth it.
Okay, now we had haste 5. Now we zoom. Oh,
Yeah.
we back to Vault Hunters now.
Yeah, you don't see your hand anymore.
Yeah, let's go.
You gotta hand it to it.
Oh yeah, I forgot, dude. Haste also impacts your freaking DPS. Oh my, I just subtly move my spatula up and down.
That spatula a little bit more viable.
Subtly? Is it subtly, sensuously?
It's just a subtle oscillation of the spatula.
Nice. Yeah,
Nice.
you can do some kind of cool things with the rope hoy. Like in Homies SMP, people would use the rope hoys and
5 is max.
kind of an interesting step to create what looks like a perfectly normal elevator, like a literal elevator.
Yeah, I
And-
did an elevator. I was very proud.
You can do kind of cool stuff with them. And then the gantries are neat as well, but they're both like, they take a little bit of face scrunching for me at least to figure out like, okay, how's this gonna work and what do I gotta do? Okay, all right, I think I got it. I'm a simple man, not mechanically inclined.
I just patted the zombie on the back with the spatula.
Thank you.
It was great. Yeah, no, I got you, dude. I'm
Pat
saving
me
you.
with it. I'm curious whether... Nope, nothing.
Not a great deal of damage. Nope. Wait,
N-
what are you? Huh? Wait. What do you
What?
wear? How? I don't. You're
I'm
naked.
wearing a cat. The cat protects me
Huh?
in all things. The cat. Look at the cat savior.
Yeah, I
Or
see that.
I
What?
could be wearing these.
Wait.
And you just can't see them.
How do you? How? What?
Bottom right, the shirt. On your avatar.
Oh.
You can click on each thing on whether you want to show it or not.
He's. I see. I see.
Because for a half second, I had
He's
the
hustling.
What?
Got a few tricks up his sleeve.
I had the invisibility on from the ability totem, and then I was like, haha, P can't see me, and he was like, press F5, and I still had glow on, so I was like outlined like brightly, and he's like, yeah, I can see, and I was like, that I'm good at other things. I have other skills. I don't know what they are, but I do. I don't know if that's actually true, if I do or not, but still. So now that I've done that, I should be able to just put this guy here. And then hit this button again, right?
All right, guys. Well, I am going to get rocking and rolling, but good plan. And
GG's.
Catch you
A
on
good
Friday.
day.
A good
All
day
right,
to you,
see
sir.
you both on Friday.
Yep.
Farewell.
Later.
All right, everybody. I know it was a bit of a rough one with not knowing how Mahou Sukai works. And, yeah, but thank you for bearing with. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to read everything and stuff and things. And I might honestly just make, like, a new helmet and stuff from scratch. Or I might pull the stuff off of it. Because I don't like having the Berserker's Fury. Apparently that contributes to some of the bad noises. I also need to get Gloom off of the boots, because that's contributing to the bad noises. So I need to get rid of some things, so I might as well kind of rebuild some stuff anyway. And there is better armor, but I don't know if I have the resources yet. Regardless, I could always just repair it directly with emeralds. Or, yeah, Diamond Anvil, true. Okay, we had... let's see. Sneaking up. 8 months, Underdog with a sub. Snake Hunter, 18 months. Rage Cat, 21 months. Don't forget to use your Prime sub. Manic Kai with a sub. Ball Player with 3 years. Actually, no, 37 months. I am doing pretty aight. OG Pirate Bob gifting a sub. Awesome Mr. K with 13 months. Going to miss the next few streams. Going on a vacation to Alaska. Have a good time. Spud Hunter with a sub. Thermic Waffle 200 bits. Finally found where you read it. By the way, the distance of 19,940 is in a straight line because the Earth is a sphere. What? No, I think that was a shipping route. It wasn't like a straight line, as in the ship wouldn't have to make any turns. It was like what the furthest shipping route is that you can travel with turns and navigation. Let's see. Phoenix Tack with a sub. HyperX Drummer with a sub. Zenderton with 200 bits. Look into the durability exchange spell, and the mystic code for sorcery makes it so you can reuse scrolls. All right, gotcha. Isaac Grave with a sub. Tip 11,200 bits. And we did get the hang of the whole spawner thing. Leona Grace with a sub. Kilroy 2K with 45 months of subbage. Hero with a sub. Casey Knight with 19 months. 19 months on the 19th of the month. On another note, good luck with MCC Cap. Won't be able to watch live because of work, but no, I'll be rooting for you. PCN 2002 with a sub. Dessert Wine with 16 months of subbage. Stellar Luma with 25 months. Kevin Pred, 13 months. Fun exploring the new mod. Learning along with you, Jardoon. I appreciate that. Ashley Cat with 5 months. Div 11,200 bits. Spell gives mana for each tick of damage, not on the kill. So if you get a mob spawner for a mob that has a lot of health, you will get a lot more mana. Got it. Kitty Cat with 8 months. Almost a BB. Time flies. The Band Dragon with 4 months. Thanks for all the quality content. Kermore, 200 bits. Look for the Air Charm and Cyclic with Indestructible. Allow you to just walk on air indefinitely. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. Taylor Prezi, 200 bits. Sorry for being rude this stream. We love you. It's okay. I only had to issue one ban. And yeah, that's it for tonight. Oh, hi, I am AG. Thank you for the 16 months of subbage. 16 months already. I feel old. All right, guys. Well, make sure you're following here, and let's see. We'll raid Zine if you want to keep watching. Otherwise, vid on YouTube, you can watch that and stuff. And yeah, okie dokie. Let's do a Zine raid. And I will catch you all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Lily. Just wanted to come in here at the end of the video and say that if you're enjoying these CaptainSparklez videos, then please like and subscribe. I'm really close to having enough watch time to start monetizing these videos, but I need 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. Bye.